Well, thank you for watching this video. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use QuickBooks Online. So this is for a beginner's level. So let's get started. So first of all, you sign in. Here's the QBO.intuit.com and use your ID and password, and so it'll get to this home page screen. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is, if you have a company logo, right now I have new QBO.com, that's our website, and you can click it here and just plus sign, and then just plus, it will get the logo from your computer, and just save it. And so you'll see that on same logo uh, on your home page, and also on your sales forms, like when you create invoice or sales receipt or estimate. So you'll see this company logo. And if you want to add, replace this, basically, if you want to replace this, just click it and then put in a new one. Simple as that. You can delete it, but you have to replace it. If you want to delete it, just put in new blank white background. You know, uh, any JPEG, then it will handle it. Okay, so now in this video, I'm using a sample company so that you can also give it a try. All right, sample company. So if you want to test drive sample company, you can visit our website. This is our website, newqbo.com, and as you can see here, it says test drive QBO, and you also have test drive QBO. So you can click either one, and you can click it here, and you just need to sign in. It's basically entering some numbers, and it'll come back to you'll see this home page screen here. So you can give it a try whenever you need to learn QuickBooks. And if you are from other countries, you can also give it a try: Canada, UK, Australia, and India and Singapore. So altogether we have like a six uh, link to QuickBooks test drive. And if you need to subscribe, 30 days free trial, USA, Canada, and UK. We also have a banner in here, so you can get the free trial if you want to that way. Okay, so I'm going to start from here. So once you're on the home page screen, I'm going to divide this into uh, three topics in here. The first one is the middle one, where you see the plus sign and a little clock in here and one magnifying glass. And on the right side, you see this little gear here. I call this company gear. And on the left side, you will see navigation bar here. Okay, so I'm going to start from the middle one in here and go through a little bit before I do that. I'm going to go to the home page screen a little bit. Okay, so on home page screen, you have a private mode on and off. So if you are like master admin and you don't want to display this to your employees, you can just turn this off. As you can see here now, it will just say 20 open invoices, 10 overdue invoices, and paid, something like that. And so you will see basically expenses dollar amount in here, but you won't see the money bar in here like this one. And so even this one is 365, it's all fixed, and this one you can change it like this, right? And the profit and loss, you can change it to like this here. Okay, and if you hide it, you won't see profit and loss except the expense distribution in there. And the other thing is, on the right side, it will give you need to pay attention message, and you will show all your recent transactions in here. Like yesterday, you enter credit card expenses. 12 days ago, you enter some credit card expenses. So it'll give you a message in here. Okay, so how about a reminder here? Let's say you pay rent on 1st of the month, and you need to get some reminder. Okay, so you will see the reminder in here. There will be a big task reminder thing, and so if you want to see that way, they don't have the to-do list, but you can get the task reminder list up. It'll display up front on home page screen. So to do that, what you need to do is you need to go to upper right corner and then select recurring transactions. All right, so like a telephone bill, and this one is scheduled. So let's say here's another one, monthly bill list. So this is auto recording setup, uh, and all we have to do is type. See, there's a reminder in it. If it's just a reminder, it won't post it. When you say schedule, it will basically schedule, and it will post to QuickBooks. But if you select a reminder, then it will give you a reminder on home page screen. All right, so now uh, next time, every month you will see task reminders here, and this list could be, as long, you can add, keep on adding. You can add all kinds of stuff, transaction type, all this type. Let's say you need to invoice your customers on first of the month, certain customers, or sales receipt, so you can do that. And so you got a whole bunch of stuff in here, all kinds of, you know so you are looking to that one. Okay, so and then on the right side you will see the bank accounts. So the moment you create account, bank account, it will show bank account in here. And then if you want to connect this bank account to QuickBooks, you can just start from here, connect account. And also if you want to go to bank register, checking, savings, Visa, and you can just go from here. It's like this one. So now it's you on bank register or check register, that we used to call it. Okay, so if you connect the account, that means so we already have account uh, connected for these three accounts. And let's say you want to see this checking on top, and you want to reorder the accounts. All you have to do is click this and move this one up, right? Move this one down like this, and just save it. Now it's saved. So next time you will see checking, and let's say you want the savings after that. Let's move, and then the credit card stuff. Okay, so that's done. So let's say you want to connect your accounts, your bank accounts to QuickBooks. So all you have to do is connect account. Just click that one, and then select your bank, like let's say Chase, and it will take you to the Chase login place. So use user ID exactly like what you use for your Chase bank account, not the QuickBooks one. So use Chase bank account user ID, and you will go through some steps, and then it will sync. It will give you, it will download up to 90 days, and it also download beginning balance. So it will download beginning balance and 90 days transactions. And if you need more than 90 days, then you will have to do Web Connect. So Web Connect is a little bit different. So at that point, basically, you download from your bank account. It has to be in certain QBO format, and then download to your computer. And from your computer, you can upload to QuickBooks. I'm going to show you when I'm on the left panel in here. Okay, so let's start from the manual thing in here. So this is the plus sign. The plus sign is basically to create transactions, manual transactions. So the moment I click this one, you will see everything to do with QuickBooks entering transactions, invoice, sales receipt, pay vendors, all kinds of stuff. And on this one, this is a sort find place. So if you just click it here, and advanced search, then you can do the search in here, search of transactions. Okay, so now, and this one is for the recent transactions. Let's say you wrote 10 checks or created certain invoices, and you just want to quick look at it. This is the little clock sign in here. Just click that one. It will give you recent transactions, you know. And if it's not on this list, then you can click more, and it will give you more recent transactions like this. Now it's a whole page here, right? Okay. And you can also do the filter in here. Let's say you want a time frame, uh, and so you can do the search in here. Okay, so now I'm going to go to this plus sign. So I'm going to focus on this a little bit, the create sign here. And so you must be wondering, what is this bank feed stuff? All right, I'm just going to give you a hint. You go to left navigation bar, transactions, and then banking. So this is where you see all the bank feed stuff. So I'm going to go in here a little bit later on. And in case you don't see your left navigation bar, a little bit different, I'm going to show you why it's different. So on some newer ones, you may see in here customers and sales, vendors and expenses, and no transactions. Just see the banking stuff. All right, I'm going to show you on new ones what happens. So this one is still in QuickBooks Lab. So I just click the company gear. I'm not going to go to settings yet. So I'm just going to go to QuickBooks Lab, and I'm going to change it that you can see it, the difference between this left navigation bar and the newer one. Okay, so this is the one. This one is just on. And by the way, since I'm already on QuickBooks Lab, so whatever they're working on here, you will see, you can check it out. So like this is my favorite one, redesign reports, and then at the end you see collapsible left navigation bar. So I'm gonna turn this on. All right, so I'll show you what that does. Okay, so and this is the one you want this on, right? I'm gonna save this, and you have to refresh this. So now the left navigation bar is different, and you can collapse this when you're working on some reports and you want more space. Just click it here. Now it's hiding the left navigation by all you see is all these icons in here. And open it, then it's back on. So now you'll see customers and sales in here. Used to be the sales used to be under transactions in here. Now you see no transactions, banking separate and startup accounts, and then same thing with vendors, expenses and sales used to be under startup account, under transactions. I mean, so now it's separate. So if you like it here, like this one, then you can use this, or you can just go back to the old type, whatever you have, and just learn from that part. So I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to save this. I'm going to refresh this, but I'm going to keep this one. You can this is very helpful if you need more screen space. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in here, the plus sign. I'm going to click plus sign. Okay, so plus sign, as you can see here, this is, they call it create in here, right? To create. So this is our manual transaction. If you want to enter manual transactions, then this is where you come in. So let's say you want to create invoice under customers, and let's say you want to enter check. This is where you come in. And if you have employees, the payroll in here right now, this payroll is not set up yet, and the payroll, it's part of employees in here. So you have to subscribe separately for payroll, and if there's a single time that you're billing to your customers, then you use single time, and weekly is for the whole week. And then on the other side you have manual bank deposit, and transfer is from one bank account to another. It's a manual entry in here. You don't actually do the actual transfer, but this is just the to do the record the transaction in QuickBooks. And if you really need to write journal entry in here, and then you have a statement in here, right? Statement, if you want to print customer statement, this is where you come. And if you have inventories, inventory adjustment, quick inventory adjustment. So this is where it is, and you can make it short, and now you see only these. So invoice, estimate, expense, check. Make it bigger, and you have all the customers in here. Okay, let's start with invoice. Okay, so invoice is, what's the difference between invoice and sales receipt? So invoice is basically you did some work and you want to send that bill to your customer and let them say, well, I finished the work, or I shipped this product, and just pay us within certain days. You can tell the terms, 15 days, 10 days, one month, whatever. And then the other one is receive payment in here. So once you invoice it, then once you receive payment, this is where you come and apply that payment against this invoice. And after that, basically, job is done. Or you can go to bank deposit. I'm going to show you, if you accept credit cards and or deposits checks in a batch, then you need to come down here and use bank deposits to match your deposit total. Let's say you have 4 checks, you wrote a deposit slip, and so 4 checks could be from different customers. So so this is where you come in and match total. And so so basically invoice, receive payment, and you can, if it's just one check, you can directly deposit to select direct deposit to your bank account. Or if it's multiple checks, batch deposit, credit card batch deposits, then you can, from here, you select receive payment, and then you select deposit to undeposited funds. Okay, so let's get started on those two first, and then we'll go through this a little bit. Okay, so invoice. It's very easy. First, you select customer, and if it's not on this list, just add new, like this, and just quick add, or you can fill out the whole information. So I'm going to select one customer in here, right? Okay, and then I'm going to select product and service from your list. So in this case, they have certain inventory items, certain installation stuff. So so if you need specific product and service list, then you have to create one. I'm going to show you how to create that too. So in this case, I'm just going to use what's on the list in here. I said concrete, and in this case, they don't have a price set up in here. Let's say it's $500, right? So it's basically $500, and it's taxable, and it's in California, so it's 8%, so 540. Okay, so you must be wondering, how do you get this 8%? I'm going to show you that too. And then you set up the terms. You select the one here. So you got 10 days. This 10 days means, the payment is due on 8/9, and you can select 15 like this, right? So you decide, and then if you're going to send this just by email, just enter email in here, and you're just gonna print this and mail it. Then you don't need email in here, or you can just leave it there and don't send it. Okay, so now I'm just gonna save this. The moment I save this, you know as you can see here, now receive payment button pops up, right? uh, at this point you may not receive payment yet, but the next step is going to be receiving payment on this one, right? So let's close this one. Remember the customer here, Amy's birth sanctuary, and the invoices for 540, right? Okay, so I'm just sticking with this one for now, and I'm not going to customer center in here. We'll go through customer center a little later on. So most of the people, they use invoice or sales receipt, so they need to learn that aspect first. Okay, so and now you receive payment. Just select customer, and use this. So it will list all the outstanding invoices, and let's say this is the one you just invoice, right? and it will say, automatically the moment you click this one, it's 100% payment, right? And let's say you received slightly less or slightly more, you can just change amount received in here like this, whatever amount you receive. But in this case, it's 540. And if you change this, let's say this is 525. So now it will automatically change the payment in here, and then you will see uh, the balance in here, you know. Okay, so, and if they pay, let's say $600, this overpayment, right? So you'll still see $600, and it will say, amount of credit is overpayment is $75. Okay, so in this case it's 540, right? Okay, so 520, 540. Okay, so I'm gonna save this. Okay, before I save this, this is the one you should be very this is the one you need to learn. Payment in here, let's say check, reference number 589, that's the check number. Okay, so when to select deposits to undeposited funds, or when to select direct bank account? Okay, that's the question. So if you have a multiple checks that are depositing to your bank account, let's say this 540 from this customer, and another check from another customer, another check from another customer, and so on. Let's say you're depositing 5 checks to your bank account, and you write a deposit slip. So on bank account, you will see the total deposit. You don't see split like 540 breakdown like that. So at that point, you select undeposited funds, and then basically uh, then transfer to your bank account. So undeposited funds is like think of it as a clearing account, and you have checks sitting in your drawer. You had a chance to deposit those checks to the bank, because you don't want to go to the bank for one check. So you want to wait for another check to come in. So you're holding for another check. So it's a batch deposit. So in this case, you should learn this one. So if it's like a bank deposit checking account, then the process is done. You'll be depositing the 540 to your bank account. So I'm going to select the deposit too. Okay. So at this point, if you don't know, you're going to either deposit this 540 or wait for another check. It's better make it undeposited funds at that time. Okay, as long as it's consistent, then it'll be very, very easy for you to reconcile bank account and also match deposit to your bank account. If you are from a bank fees, you got to match it. And if you just put 540 and then do batch deposit, it won't match in your banking center bank fees. We'll go through that one a little bit around. All right, so save and close. Okay, so we went through 2 steps. One, invoice, receive payment, and now we're gonna go to, let's say at this point you have another receive payments, and also went to undeposited funds account. You go to bank deposit, and as you can see here, so this is the one we just processed, right? And so you have 3 checks sitting in here. Okay, so let's say these 3 checks, you know you did the deposit in here. The deposit amount is 2605.52, right? Okay, so you can just select bank account, right? Bank account, very important. So this is where it'll go to register checking account, and let's say the deposit date is 7/30, right? And then save and new like this. And so you may be wondering, what's this add new deposit thing? All right, let's say you have some checks, like you needed to add some money from your own money to your business, right? Not from customers, it's your own money. Or let's say the bank send you like a $10 refund for something, or let's say telephone company just refunding you some money for cancellation or overcharging, whatever. So you need to add. So you want to add to this deposit. So you just come in here and then you select account. So any account, let's say if this is for some bank fees or whatever, just select the one account in here. Let's say fees, bank charges. So it's a bank charges, right? And you can put the bank's name in here. That's the vendor name, vendor name. So let's say uh, you can, if it's not on a list, you can just add or just leave it blank. Uh, let's say in here, uh, let's say Chase. Let's say you got some, say Chase, save. Let's say you got uh, $10 check. So you're adding this, so it'll add to this one, right? Okay, and so you can, if you have something like that, then you can add it. If it's own money, you can select the equity account in here. There's no account in here, but you will have your, own equity contribution, or So anyway, so this is how you do it. So I'm gonna save this. Save and close, right? So now if you go to your register, you will see uh, that money in your bank account. So if you go to register, go to register, you go to chart of accounts, and you register, right? So you can see right here. So there's a deposit in here, 2612, and so this is the amount. Remember, this is like a combination of a bunch of checks and stuff. So this is the amount you will see on your bank statement, and now you can be very easy to reconcile your bank account, or you can, if you just want to match it from here, from bank fees, you can do that. Okay, so now that part is done. So we covered invoice, receipt, payment, bank deposit, right? Okay, so now let's go to the transfer one. This is internal transfer. You just want to do actual transfer, you still have to do it. And if you want to say you have a little bit of money left on your checking account, you want to transfer to savings, so it'll tell you how much money you have in your checking, right? And let's say you want to transfer to savings. Let's say you have $200, and save and close. So now you move $200 to your savings account. And if you go to checking savings account, you will see $200, of course, right here. So $200, you just add it, right? Okay, so we covered this, and let's say you bid on some job and you need to send out estimate. So this is where you come. So estimate is like a non-posting. You don't post to QuickBooks yet. So this one looks exactly like a other sales form, like a invoice or sales receipt. And the way it works is basically you fill out the form, and then once you receive it, then you can copy this to invoice. And also, if you have to place this order to your vendor, then you can copy this to purchase order as well. So you can do two things. The moment you save this, you can see. I'm going to open one in here, like this one. Okay, so as you can see, your upper right, upper left corner. So this is the recent transaction for estimate only. So every form you open, you will see this little clock on the left side. So that represents recent transactions for that form. So in this case, this is recent estimate, and the one we did recent invoice. You also see if you want the invoice. And same thing in here, more in here if you want more. Okay, so in here, estimate in here, and so this one is closed. This is already invoice, but if you want to invoice, create another one, another estimate, then you have to create another one, estimate, and then basically save it, and you can just email in here, right? Email in, save and send in email, or you can print it. Okay, so now so what's the credit memo in here? All right, so credit memo, you invoiced it and some customer returned it, or some customer over, you need to give some credit because you overbilled the customer. Then you create credit memo. and so it will sit on the customer's account as credit balance, of course. But let's say you overbill and the customer wants refund, so this is the one you want to use: refund receipt. Refund receipt for immediate, uh, you know, refunding the credit overcharge, or some sort of return stuff. So the refund receipt. So just choose your checking account, or the bank account, and then fill out the form, and it will do the reversal of your invoice or whatever you want to credit. Okay, so now go to sales receipt in here. Sales receipt. So sales receipt is also the same. So the sale difference between sales receipt and invoice, well, you can guess. Sales receipt is basically a combination of both invoice and receipt payment. So think of it that way. So sales receipt is you're creating sales and customer making the payment at the same time. All right, sales receipt is the same process. Select the customer, right? Let's click another one. Cool cars. Select the you know let's say gardening in here. Say 100, right? And this one, when you don't see this one in here, that means it's non-taxable. If you click it here, then it's taxable, like this. This is non-taxable, right? Okay. Uh, and then let's say you do some new work in here and it's not on this list, right? Okay. So I'm just going to show you how to add new product and service now. So add new in here. Okay. So the moment you add new, you will see three types in here. So is it inventory or non-inventory or service? So if it is service, then you select service, right? So that means you're not tracking anything. And if you're tracking inventory, this is the only place. So when you track inventory, you buy inventory, and then you put that in stock, and you track it. And when you're ready to sell it, then you sell that inventory part. And non-inventory is uh, it's basically buying something you don't want to track those, and you want to expense it right away. The moment you buy it, you want to expense it. Same thing like service type. If you want, buying service from your vendors, same thing. The non-inventory is mostly like parts and stuff, uh, and you don't want to. It says right here, for example, nuts and bolts used in an installation stuff. You don't want to track those, so it's non-inventory. Okay, so in this case, let's say I want to add some stuff in here, service. Okay, so let's say this is special work. Let's say. Okay, and you can assign your own SKU or leave it blank. So for inventory, you want to assign SKU. They may have a manufacturer's part name. You want to use the manufacturer's part name, and they have a category in here. Let's say this has to do with something sprinklers, and then sale in here. So this copy special work. All right, let's say this is when you do special work. This is you charge $300, right? And this is the service one. So you can select the account, income account. It says right here, income account, right? And if it's taxable, then you select taxable. If it's not, then it's that one. And then this one, if you need to place an order from your vendor, purchase order, then you copy the same thing. And this one, if you know the cost, you can just leave it blank, or you can just put in cost if you know the cost. That says $100. And expense you want to select is, so whenever you want to buy this for this special work, where do you want to charge it? So it says just expenses in here. So you can select cost of goods sold, or cost of sales items, or just expenses. In this case, this is the purchases, the expense type. Close it, As you can see here now, it's the $300 is right here, right? And if we change this to 2, it will multiply it, and $600, and both non-taxable. So, and if you want to send, you know, you can just click it here, save and send, and let's just do it here. I'm gonna enter my email address in here. Like this. Okay, let's say you need to send it to another person. Just comma and then type another email like this, right? Another one, just comma. It will take up to certain field in here. Let's see, like this. Okay, uh, and send letter, or you can just send it now. Let's say you just want to save this and send it now, and you can preview the invoice sales receipt too if you want. And like it looks like this now, you know, like this, and uh, they all have a bunch of other invoice templates too. You know, if you want to customize more, then you got to go to new style, and they'll give you a bunch of new styles. You know, they have about 4, 5, 6 different types, so you can check it out. Okay, and then more in here, it's basically if you want to copy this sales receipt, it basically, by the way, this one applies to invoice too. So if you want to copy this sales receipt or invoice, then you just copy it, copy another sales receipt. Or if you just want to void it, then void means it'll be zero. You will have the amount's going to be all zero, so it's void it. Oop. Now it's got to go back, so it's all zero, right? Uh, into this again. Okay, so the difference between void and delete. Once you delete it, then there won't be any transaction. It will, you know, you don't do anything. It's basically it's gone. So you can't undo it. Once you delete it, transaction is all gone, and that's history. And this one gives you the transaction journal. It tells you the breakdown of this sales receipt, how it's posted to QuickBooks. So if I click it here, all right. So before that, I think you should understand. So the $500 is your revenue, right? So it's $500 is the revenue, and it went to undeposited funds account. All right, that's a clearing account. So if you click it here, it will tell you debits and credits in here. All right, so as you can see here, $500 went to undeposited funds account, and then you have a landscaping service income $100, and other services type income $400. So that's how it's distributed. So if you go to P&L, you will see $100 income from landscaping, $400 from services. Okay, so I'm gonna save and send, see what happens. Okay, so now as you can see here, all the emails right here, right? Okay, and then give you the body, and let's say you want to change this and make this default, then you need to go to company gear, and so or you can just change it in here the way you want it. Okay, and all at this point all you have to do is send and close. Okay, so let's see here. I don't want to send this to wrong email address in here. Okay, so save and send. So send and close. Okay, so this is the demo file. You can send it, so that's why. Otherwise, it'll be okay. Okay, so now the delayed and credit and delayed and charge. Okay, so delayed. I'll start with the delayed charge first. So delayed charge is you have salespeople and they bring in some business, but at this point you can't bill it. You can't bill your customer yet. I mean, any could be a bunch of reasons. You know, they haven't issued sales order or whatever, and so but you want to see how much business coming in next or in pipeline for next couple of days. And other one is the bad news. So this basically delayed credit is someone called you, customer, and said, hey, you know, I don't want this product. I want to send it back, or it's defective, whatever. And then once you create delayed credit, then uh, you know, you can convert to you know, credit memo or something in here. I'm sorry, you know, in here. There's nothing there. So okay, so you basically create customer in here, right? And let's say design in here, $75. Uh, Save and close. Okay, so next time you come here and open this again. All right, so now you can apply this credit to credit memos or basically give the refund. And in here, same thing, delete charge. This is a good one. You know, you just create a delay charge in here like this, and you can convert this to invoice later on. Okay, so now we're done with the all these, and let's go through this one. So expense is basically entering credit card charges. Credit card charges. This is where you go. Expense is for credit card, and also, you know, if you use a debit card with your bank, so this is where you go. So this is for credit card, debit card, and some other, you know, that type of transactions. Uh, and the check is basically manual check or printing check from QuickBooks, and the bill is there is opposite of invoice. So bill, you know, you bought something, and you want to set up accounts payable, and you want to pay it in certain terms, payment terms, 30 days. Uh, you know, it's offered by your vendor. And now, so the pay bills is basically bill and then pay bills, right? Okay, and the purchase order is you know, let's say you want to place an order, and your vendor wants to bill you after that. So purchase order like this. So you create a purchase order, right? And then you send it to your vendor, and once you receive it, right now this one is already closed, uh, and then you can convert that to bill. Okay, let's go to expense in here. So let's say this is for the credit card, right? Just select credit card in here. It's right here, credit card. Okay, and then select your vendor. Let's say you paid telephone bill by credit card. Okay, telephone. Let's say it's $100. So basically, you know, you adding this transaction to right now you owe 157, right? That's the balance. So let's save this. Now it's went up to $100 more, 257. So the balance left you owe 257 to this credit card, right? And let's say you want to pay this 257, right? So if you want to write, let's say, bill pay from your bank account, all you have to do at that point is, so I'm going to save a new. Remember this one for credit card now because it's selected credit card, right? All right, so save in new now. Okay, so now you want to pay that credit card. Just select the credit card company, let's say. All right, let's say Chase in here. Well, it'd be let's say it's a Bank of America card. Okay, so I'm just gonna create this as a vendor. The vendor in here. So they have vendor, customer, and employee. Okay, so this is vendor, and you want to use your bank account, bank account, your checking account, right? You have money in there. And let's say you want to pay $200 to that credit card. So in here, you have to select the credit card account in here. Right here, this is the one, MasterCard, right? Right. So it's $200. So this has to be your balance sheet credit card type liability account, which is this in here. So MasterCard, and you will see credit card type. So whenever you create credit card type, it will say it's a credit card liability type on your balance sheet. Okay, so $200, right? And then save it. So I'm going to close this. So now, if you select this MasterCard one, see now its balance went down by $200, right? You just paid it. So that's how we would track. And if you want to see the details for that account, you can go to your register. So to go to register, transactions, chart of accounts, and then select your credit card account. Let's say if it's a long chart of account, let's say MasterCard right here, right? And view register. So $200 is right here. So you still owe 57.72. You have all the details in here. Okay, so now check screen is still the same. You just fill out this. You got to select the checking on the bank account, right? This is check, writing checks, checking in here or savings. Okay, and then select account and then print check. Okay, so so if you want to print this check later on, like a batch, you can select this one, and it will automatically assign check number. So if you just want to print this check, only one check, then uncheck that box. Okay, so now I'm going to go to bill in here. All right, so this is the one, the vendor bill. Like the moment you create this, it's you setting up accounts payable. So in here, bill, so it's accounts payable, right? And you can make payment in here. The moment you click this, you can make payment. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to this one here. Okay, so you see account details and item details. So if it's for inventory, you always have to use this, you know, item details. So this is the only place you will see inventory items. So if you're tracking inventories, like this one, and buying inventory, so you always need to come to item details. So if you're, for inventory, the count details will not work. So what's the difference between inventory item details and account details? So this one is mapped to, as part of your item, product and services list, or item list, and account after that. Account is mapped to your expense account for this one. And the account details is directly linked to your chart of account. You're selecting account from your chart of accounts, right? Nothing to do with the product and services list. So like this one here, let's say this one in here, okay? So it says landscaping, sprinklers, pipes and stuff. Okay, so let's look at the behind the scene, how this one is set up. All right, so I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm going to go to product and services list right here. Product and services list. Okay, so it's landscaping sprinklers. Landscaping. So a sprinkler one is here probably. Sprinkler pipes. Sprinkler pipes right here. Right. Okay. So if you click it here, you will see it's cost of goods sold, But since this is the inventory type, it'll go to inventory asset account. So the moment you buy this, it will add to your inventory asset account because this is inventory. And if it's non-inventory, then it'll hit your expense account. Okay, so that's how it works on the bill. And okay, so let's see here. And these, if you want to print check, the batch print check is right here. And the purchase order we already went through. The vendor credit is if you have a bill and you return some items and they give you credit. It'll show up as credit and reduce your accounts payable. And the credit card credit, same thing. Uh, you bought it and you return it, and so you just use a credit card credit to reduce your balance in here. Okay, and and the journal entry most likely you don't need it, but it's basically it's a debit and credit thing, and especially this one works if you want to depreciate your fixed assets type, or amortize or set up some recurring thing. Uh, Hopefully you don't need to do that, but it'll look like this. As you can see here, notes payable. This is the opening balance adjustment in here. So whenever you do open balance adjustment, when you set up the company, they use the journal entry in most cases. Okay, so we're done with the middle one, and this one is basically send transaction, and this one is for finding, searching. So this is where you add all the transactions in here. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the banking in here. So banking, I'm gonna click banking in here. So the moment you click this, you click connect, add account and connect it. So once a day, like early in the morning, they will download all the recent transactions from your bank, and you will see it in here. So this one happens to be for checking, right? So you'll see all this. This is for checking, this is for saving, and this is for MasterCard. So go back to checking. So you'll see all the download in here, right? All the download in here, and you'll say for review. So download doesn't mean it's already in QuickBooks yet. So it's basically sitting in for a review, and then your job is to move from for review to QuickBooks, from review to QuickBooks. Okay, so now you have all the items downloaded in here. So it's, as you can see here, this one it says match. So it's basically, if you click it here, it will tell you, hey, this payment is for this invoice, deposit in here, like this deposit in here, 868, right? 868. So these all this 868, and if it's true, then you just match it. Okay, so what's the difference between this mat and the gray mat, green mat and gray mat? So the gray mat is basically they saying, hey, we see a possible match of $75. I see more than one. See, they list all these. So which one is it? Okay, so that's the difference. So let's, in this case, let's say just match it. So match it means you've already recorded this transaction manually or somehow, like in here, and you're just matching it. But the moment you match it, it won't duplicate it. It will just match it and then go away. So match it here, and it's gone now. So match it here. That one is gone. Match it here, gone. Match it here. It's gone. So it's not creating duplicate transactions because this is already recorded. All you're doing is just matching it and make sure it's the proper account you're depositing uh, all these expenses. So match it. Okay, so just because it's in here, it doesn't mean it's accurate. So it's still your job to make sure the account category is correct, vendor is correct, this is pay is vendor or customer. So just match it, and if something wrong, then just click it, and then you can if this is not the one, then you have to find the right one. You can go through find other match transactions and find the right one. So let's say in this case it's a match, it's the right one, and it's match in here, match in here. Okay, and let's say in this one it's a gray match. So in here it's saying, there's another one. In this case, just showing one, but it's saying you have more than one. So if you click it here, you will see a bunch of $75 ones. So let's say this is the right one, and in here, I say which one is it? 1920. The car wash thing. Is it debit purchase or cash purchase or whatever? So match. Okay, so now uh, it's all gone. So now it's asking have a like this one here, uncategorized expenses. So this means you haven't entered those transactions in QuickBooks, right? And it's asking, do you want to add this? So if you want to add it, what's the proper account for this one? Like click it here, and you can select the account in here. Let's say this one is for some sort of cost of goods sold thing, materials thing. All right, let's say this is for decks and patios, right? So you can add from here, right? Or if it's already you have already created a transaction for this one, and then you can see the green match, and let's just show you how it's done. So this one, it means it's not done. Okay, so it's adding, it means you're adding transaction, and it's not done in QuickBooks. All right, so I'm going to show you what happens. So this is date is 6/19. I'm going to go to so 6/19 is the date, and it's 6/66. All right, let's say this is ATM transaction or debit card checking, and the all right, I think I want to go back to the right here, this one here. So this one. Okay, so this is the expense, let's say, and using ATM check card. Okay, the vendor is, it says Tim Phillip, right? Just type Tim Phillip, right? Okay, and the account you want to use is let's say something in here, something to do with the cost of goods sold account. All right, let's say this Dixon thing. The amount in here, let's say 666. Okay, and the date, I just want to make sure it's the correct date. Let's say it's 6/19. You can put 6/18. Let's say you wrote this on 6/18 and bank posted on 6/19. You will see a day or two difference. All right, let's just say 6/19 in here. 6/19. Okay, let's say 6/18. Doesn't matter. 6/18. Okay, so 666. Remember that number. I'm gonna save it. Save and close. All right. So now if I go to Banking Center, refresh this, see, it'll say math now. Why it's showing math now? Because you already enter expense from here, manually enter it, and the bank fee don't want to duplicate it, so it's just showing math. Okay. So let's say this one you just want to do manual, don't want to do manual, you just want to add it from here, and let's say this is for some account. That billing repair, let's add it like this. It's gone. And this one is legal and professional. You want to add it, you don't want to go through this manual thing. Just add it in here like this, right? Okay, so this is chain scans. Let's say this is for some automobile stuff right here, and it says mahogany mugs. All right, okay, so you can select some account from here. Okay, add in here, right? So now we have all the rentals in here. Okay, so this, let's say this is the some rental account in here. Okay, let's say equipment rental. Okay, so I'm going to add this uh, equipment rental in here. So remember, it's now it's the other one changed too. Okay, so now saying this is possible match, you know, uh, and it changed everything because it was same description in there. All right, so if that's not the right one, then you have to change it. All right, so now we have credit 55 $200 in here. Okay, so just because it says income in here, that doesn't mean it's income. It could be you bought stuff and just return it, right? So in that case, you just use the same account, rental account, rental equipment rental account. It's the same account you use when you bought it, not the income account. It's not income. It's just the return and reducing your expense. So just use the same account, right? And let's say this is the same thing. Let's say you return some supplies. So how easy is that? It's gone now, see? And basically it moved from here to here. See, they're all here now, right? Okay. And let's say it turns out you coded something wrong. You just have to undo this and you go back to full review and it's back again, right? It's uncategorized. Let's say it's not supplies. Let's say this is the dues and subscription, let's say, like this. So that's how you make the adjustment. And so what's this excluded thing? Once in a while, the bank will download duplicate transactions, duplicate, or certain accounts you don't want to post it. Normally, you want to post everything, otherwise you can't do bank reconciliation. So this is mostly like a, they do occasionally download same transaction twice. So it's basically you just move it from for review to excluded. All right, let's see in here. All right, let's say you want to, this is duplicate transaction, right? You just want to copy this, click this one and select exclude, select it, right? Now it's this, you'll see it in here. This one move in here, right? And at this point you can delete it if you want it from here, right? Like this one, or just undo it. Undo means it'll move from excluded to for review section again. Undo this. Now you go back in here, it's back in here. So that's how you have to do it. And once in a while, if they don't download things, you can also manually update things. Just manually click that one, and it will take a while. If there is a new transaction, you can just manually update. Okay, so now, uh, as I said before, when you set up this account, they will download 90 days, right? And they also download um, opening balance. And if you need to download, more than 90 days, then this is where you come, file upload. So basically, from your bank account, you gotta have a QBO file. So download to your computer and then upload in here. Then you'll see transactions like all transactions like this. Okay. So now, where are we? So now let's go to the next navigation bar in here. All right, so let's just stick with the sales tax, and this should be very quick. So let's say you invoice your customer and you charge sales tax. Just come here, and this is where to set up sales tax in here. See, just come here, and if you have a new one, just add new one like this. Single tax rate, agency name, and the rate. Then you will see something like this. Okay, and then let's say you want some reports. Uh, so they have some reports in here to get the taxable sales and get the total sales. Then you have to rely on this report and also as well as the P&L report that will tell you the total income one. By the way, we have all kinds of videos on any aspects of QuickBooks Online. So if you want any specific help on any topic, so you can check it out on YouTube. We have this one is we have two channels, BP Controller that's a really big one. We have all kinds of subscribers, and the other one is for our website. Uh, this is it would be under new QBO. So you can check it out. So in this case now, as you can see, you can read this, and you can manually write check or pay online, but you still have to come down here and record tax payment. You can't just use check in here or from banking and just add it or add, it's not going to work. So for sales tax payment, you have to come down here and record tax payment, right? And then you will see under bank feed, you will see the math sign like this, okay? Like this one here, math sign. So that's what you need to do. Okay, so now go to customers in here. So under customers, you will see here's the customer list in here, right? And you click this one, it'll go to the individual customer file, and under here you have transaction list and customer details. Customer details is basically if you want to edit customer information is right here, and same thing with the vendor side too. All these in here, you just go to vendor details and edit, so you'll see all these in here. By the way, if you need to track 1099, you just come in here and fill out the tax ID, but you got to have a plus plan for this one. Plus plan, you'll have a 1099 feature. And transaction list, you will see all the expenses in here, right? All right, let's say this one in here, and it's not in the right category, right? You can just change it to any place you want. Let's say this is the legal. Let's say this is for bookkeeper. Let's say bookkeeper. Let's say this is for accounting. So you can just change it. Change the account category if it's the wrong one. And in here, so go to transaction list. So it'll give you all the details in and out of that customer transactions. And even from here, if you are in customer center, that customer, you can also create invoice all transactions from here. See new transaction, you can select all those, invoice, it'll take you to the same place, right? Same place from here or here. So this is from individual. If you do it from here, it will select this same customer in here. It will say, see right here, right? So you don't need to type it there. So this is better way to come down here and invoice if you know the customer and it's already set up. And so this one is paid. All right, so let's go to the money bar in here, customers. So there is no estimate open, and you have 4 unbilled activity. That means basically time or material thing. So I'm not going to go through this details. That means you have 4 unbilled. You can convert this to invoice. And in here you have 20 open invoices, and out of 20 you have 10 past due. This is a money bar, and here's what's paid in the last 30 days. Okay, and you can do the search in here. Let's say this is cool cars. So as you can see it right here, this one, you can do a quick search, and then you can do create estimate in here if you want, or email your customer. And if you just want to receive payment, like say this one is $239, and they just paid it, just go to receive payment and done. You select undeposited funds and save and close. Right? Okay, receive payment, save and close. Right there, exactly. See, receive payment, save and close. Oh, this one is underneath. You have a sub account in here, so you got to go in here. All right. Okay. So same thing with vendor side in here. If you want to pay this bill, make payment, just go in here, click it, done. That's pretty easy, right? Okay, so now, and this is where the chart of accounts is right here, and you go chart of accounts, and if you want to go to register, uh, and register in here, chart of accounts, so it's register in here. They have registered for almost all balance sheet accounts, and if you want to see reports, you can just underneath there's run report in here for all accounts, all the chart of accounts. So right here, run report, and for the income statement, for the income and expense account, you just can run report. Okay, so now if you want to run reports, just click the reports in here, right? And so your profit and loss in here. So whatever reports you need, just type it in here. Let's say you want, as you can see at the moment, if you want the AP company snapshot, let's say you want the P&L. P&L is right here, right? Profit and loss. You just type P and you will list all the profit and loss, P reports, and profit and loss comparison, all these stuff reports, right? And let's say you want to run this. Okay, so and this one is frequently run, and right now there's nothing, and this is a demo file. And let's say you want to create custom report, your own report. Right now there's nothing in here, right? Okay, so let's say profit and loss, and you did some customization for this report, and you want to make your own report. Save customization, profit and loss, click it. Now you go back to reports again, and underneath you will see your customized report in here, right? And this report you can distribute to a group and schedule it on schedule right now. So let's say you want to schedule this, when you want to schedule this, you can do this right here. So you have to create a list. You have to add new group there and email in here, right? So you can set up, uh, basically right here. So save it, and then it will automatically distribute that report to your group. That's pretty neat. And this one is management report. It's a very, very professional looking management reports. As you can see here, they have a few standard ones, and then if you need to make a copy and create another one, or you can export right here. So if you view it, then you'll see it. It's very professional looking. So it's like this is like a report as you see from your CPA. These are your arm and leg, but you can do it yourself. As you can see it here, right here, right? And you can go through this bit, and if you need to add report to this one, just view it. Just viewed it, right? And you can edit this. See, edit, and in here, as you can see here, cover page in here. So this one is cover page, and in the table of contents. And if you want to say something in here, and then preliminary page, you can say whatever you want in here, and then you have so these are the three reports. It's on this template, right? And if you can add any reports from QuickBooks in here, just select the reports. As you can see, any report, right? Let's say you want to add you don't want to add a too big report, as long as it's a one-page thing. Let's say statement of cash flow, okay? And so you can select the time frame in here, right? And you can just save it. So basically, it's asking your own report in here. So just rename it, and save it, save and close. So now you have your own new customized report for the management. How cool is that? All right. Okay. So let's see here. Okay. So now we're done with mostly the left navigation bar and the middle create and recent transactions and stuff. We went through all this, and so now let's focus on this company gear here. So if you want to make some changes, so, features changes, setup and everything, just come here and accountant settings. So in here, so sales, if you want to set up custom fields or invoice terms, or you change your invoice field, like custom transaction number, custom fields. You come here and you would make changes in here. So this is where you come in to make uh, changes in all the features. And same thing with expenses. You can here and make changes. So once it's off, then you want right now this copy to estimate to purchase order is not on. So you create estimate and you convert to purchase order. So this is a new feature. Let's copy this. Now it's on, right? And advance. So if you close the books, you want to close the book, let's say at the year end, you come here, close the books, and give the date, closing date. Let's say end of December, right? Or whatever you want, So it will basically give you twice warning and enter password, just warning, I think if you do this, you have to set up password in here, right? Okay, and this is where you come in if you want accrual or cash method, right? You save it. Now it's cash. If you want accrual back, and in here the fiscal year. If you want to change the fiscal year, same as fiscal year, you come here and then you change it in here like this one. So you can look at all this stuff and the number format in here. Normally, this is good as it is. It's a pretty standard one. Let's say you don't want to sign out quite frequently, and you want to increase this. Let's say the maximum is 3 hours. Let's can change it here. So if your computer is idle for 3 hours, it won't log you out, and then done. And if you want to pay your bills, you come down here and pay it, right? And if you cancel it, you will see it here. This is a demo file, it's not here. So you'll see cancel subscription in here if it's a real file. Okay, and then so if you want to update your company information, you come down here and change it. And let's say your company address is different than your sales address, or you want to use different sales address or sales email. You come down here and change it. So this customer facing. So like this one, like this. The company email and customer facing email. If it's not the same, you just put it in here. So right now this is for the company email, and to handle your customers, if it's different, you just enter it here. Okay, so company facing address is different, you can put it there. All right, so now let's see here, and so the statement in here. So you know if you have invoices and you want to send statements, or if you want to see in here, so it will tell you, in detail. This has to do with the statements in here. Okay, and online delivery, this is the one you need to be informed. Uh, so they have a choice in here. So you want it like attached cell phone PDF type, or just plain text email, uh, and or HTML type. Okay, and then if you want QuickBooks Online merchant account payment, this is to send out email invoice, and they will pay it online. Then you have to select this online one, and then attach this invoice. So they receive the invoice, and on one side they will have like a click, and they can click that button and make the payment by credit card. And so if you want to subscribe to credit card, then you have to come down here. Let's see, expenses. So in this case, they don't have that one here. So you will see it in here. Uh, And right now on this one they don't have it in here. So it's basically subscribe to it in here. So you will see logo in here for the credit card and just a bank direct deposit thing. So you'll see it in here. You have to come down here and look for that one. Okay, and the next one, let's see here. And let's say you want to give access to your employees, and this is where you come and give additional access in here. You have to be a master admin, and so you just add on people in here. Then it will give you choice. See all the choice in here, and you can give time tracking only or reports only, and some of these they don't count. Some these two they count, like they give you like up to 5 depending upon what type of subscription you have. Okay, and then for the accounting firms you can invite up to 2 accountants, so they can look at all your books all the time. And so the budgeting is here. So budgeting, you got to have a plus plan. If you have a simple start essentials, uh, that won't have a budgeting. So audit log is basically tells you who is doing, who has inter transactions, like all these here, right? It will give you time for all the access people in here. You can select like this. Okay, let's see here, and so here's the reconciliation thing. If you want to reconcile your bank account, you just come down here. So just check the accounting from here. So you can reconcile almost all these accounts. So let's say checking account, right, or the credit card in here, right, exactly like this. And then you want to reconcile this like on a monthly basis or something. Okay, so reconcile, you come down here, company gear, tools, reconcile, or you can do it directly from, there's a link there, from your bank register. So you reconcile it right here. It'll take you to the same place, right? Okay. So now let's see what else is there. Oh, okay. So this one is, you want to import data. So customer information, vendor information, a chart of accounts, a product and services list. These are all list type, from Excel or CSV. Nothing to do with data, just a list in here. Okay, so export data, it's in here. So this one, export is basically you're exporting your QuickBooks file to desktop, and to do that you need use Internet Explorer. This is only one time you will be required to use Internet Explorer. The Chrome won't work. Hopefully you don't have to move to desktop again. Okay, so in case you do, we have like a whole bunch of videos for that too. Uh, and let's see here. Okay, so an attachment here. Let's say you want to attach some receipt or something. You can attach from any place. This is like a file, and this is like a directory in here, library in here. You can just drag and drop in here, and from here you can just attach to any transaction. Okay, we also went through this product and services. So if you want to create product services, just click it here, inventory, non-inventory services, like that. Alright, so in case you also have inventory, I'm going to give you one hint in here. So this one, you got to be very careful. So initial quantity at hand, normally when you set up this, you want to put 0 in there. Only when you want to put the quantity in here is this, if you're transferring from your old books to new books, and those invoices, those vendor bills are already paid for, and you don't need to, you don't have any need to enter again. That's only when you enter quantity on hand like this, right? But if it's a new account, you're creating this new product services, and you have none in stock. Even you have in stock, you haven't entered that in your bill thing, or you haven't paid it, then you just enter 0, and to add to your QuickBooks, you always have to do it from here. Bill, expense, or check, whatever, always from here. This is when you add inventory. So the other one is basically the initial one. This first time one, when you move from old system, or you just first time you creating this QuickBooks file, and you want to transfer all the opening equity and a whole bunch of other stuff, including inventory. That's the only one time you add the initial quantity in here. Otherwise, it's always zero, like this. Okay. And as date is, you got to be careful with this. You need to select the date in here, and if you need to create invoice prior to that, then you can't do it. So just make sure you select the right as of date in here. If you click it here, it will tell you what they're talking about. Okay, let's see here. What else is you need to focus on here? Okay, so if you just want to see sales, they're all here. All the sales transactions. And let's say you want to source only invoice type. You can come down here and just select invoice, right? Like this. Now it's all invoice type, right? And so you can do all the filter and stuff in here. And if you just need to print it, you can just print it here like this, all this, or you can just uh, download to your Excel format in here. You can download in here like this. That was pretty fast. Okay, same thing with expenses in here. So in here, right here, right? Okay, so for the whole all kinds of expenses. And let's say if you want to you go through here, and let's say it's not in the right category, you can change it directly from here, right? Let's say purchases. It's easy to save it. Just click it, and then it'll go to, if you just click it here, it'll go to that source transaction. Okay, so and in here everything we discussed, and then at the end, if you need to add some apps, third-party apps, this is where you come. Just click it here. And right now, this one is a demo file. They don't have the apps for the demo in here. So hopefully I cover almost everything. Well, let's see here. So you can always visit our website and get all kinds of new tips. We have all kinds of articles in here. Well, thank you for watching.